Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the final word. We're joined by Sarah to discuss the shit show that was yesterday's performance against West Ham. Did anyone not think Yarmolenko was scoring yesterday, by the way?
I just wish I'd put the bet on.
Yeah.
Because I literally, like I was just saying to you guys before, I'd done a little thing with a West Ham YouTube channel, previewing the game, and I was like, Yarmolenko terrorised us 3 years ago. He was nailed on to sign for us about twice. Never happened. He's done nothing for them. He's gonna come to Goodison and he's gonna get a goal.
Yeah.
You know, and he happened to get two, didn't he?
There was nothing more certain in the world than Yarmolenko scoring, Baz.
No, he's still goddamn awful, but he scored goals. He's got it's Billy Letanov, lovely left foot, and doesn't do anything else in the game. But he scored 2 goals. So, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have minded any of our players being that shit yesterday and scoring 2 goals.
Yeah, of course.
But not to be.
No, done. Done. Let's go home.
Our players did, didn't
I mean, obviously, the build-up to the game, we were all very fearful of what the team was going to be, and in a way I wish we had half of our team out yesterday because it would have justified a performance. But I suppose in a way we have got half of a team out in key areas. Let's not forget that. But I mean, that doesn't excuse the players who played because they were all pretty poor.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. There's a couple of half positives, but I'm not going to go overboard about them either. Obviously, John Joe came in for Seamus Coleman, and no matter what, always when everyone says, "Oh, Seamus had a good start to the season and has had a poor start to the season. Maybe we need to see John Joe." I think this is a bit of a reality check to that. Obviously, Snardlin played, which is fair enough after the week he's had. But we had a pretty strong looking team out. There's not too many excuses, but again, I thought we started the game okay, moved the ball okay, and then one lapse of concentration and West Ham are in and they're winning, and it's just that thing again of different manager, different players, and yet the same mentality that just seems to run through. It's like it's a bar of rock. I don't know what it is.
It's infuriating. Sorry, Baz. It's totally infuriating to see because, like you said, I think that first 10 minutes before they score, we started all right. We certainly looked like the side that was more likely. But before the game, I think we all felt that if they were to take the lead, we might be in a little bit of trouble. And the fact that they did with basically their first chance of the game and the ease in which they cut through us, it's almost like we don't have a midfield either. A few passes on the counter and they're away. Our defence was yet again absolutely shocking, non-existent, and they score. Of course, it's that man Yarmolenko to put them up. Little cut across from Arnautovic, and it's pretty well a tap-in for him, and they're away. And from that moment, honestly, it just felt like, and you could see the heads drop. Then their fans are up for it. Our fans are and it begun then, and it felt like it was only going to continue in that manner, and it did. But yeah, shocking defensively.
Can't keep giving teams the lead.
Just goals.
The last 2 home games.
Goals.
Yeah, I mean the last 2 home games we've gone behind, and we did start well. We'd had three shots in the first couple of minutes. They got a block in one of them. We'd last one just wide. Garner had a shot, and it was like we picked up the pace, and they looked there for the taking to me. I thought if we get the first goal, their heads will go and we'll run riot because they were walking. They didn't look like they were a team, and we give them such a simple, basic goal. We give the ball away on the edge of their box. It's knocked up to Arnautovic. Why Holgate lets him run, I'll never know. Zuma stops because he thinks he's trying to play him offside. Pickford stops instead of coming out and getting it. And you're one down, and then we almost did what we did the other week against Huddersfield. Lucas Digne does really well, walks past the ghost of Yarmolenko, puts in a brilliant ball, and Jen Tosin's 4 yards out, no one near him. He's got to score. He heads that in 1-1. It changes the complexion of the game, but he misses an absolute sitter, and then from then it just went from bad to worse.
I mean it's another poor. I mean, the first goal, it's just poor. I mean, as you mentioned there, you know, both centre backs have got to do better for me. But it's where we lose the ball out. It's where we lose it. We lose it in midfield. There's a turnover in midfield, and suddenly the opposition on the counter attack, and we don't look like we've got the ability to get back. Lucas Digne is halfway up the pitch. You know, he's in an advanced position because that's where he's being. That's his job in the team. That's his role. He's advanced. You can't be giving the ball away so cheaply in midfield when you know when we are the way we are.
Shane Bolt couldn't get back.
No, well, not from where you know Digne's in a you know you wouldn't expect him to get back because it was so far up the pitch. But then on the other hand, I would expect Zuma in a foot race against Arnautovic to beat him quite comfortably.
Easily, yeah.
But he left himself 2 yards because when that ball went over the top, instead of concentrating on what you're supposed to do when you're a defender, which is to defend, he hesitates because maybe he might be offside. No, lad, you've got 30 yards to go. You'll catch him
because he does almost catch him.
Well, that's why Arnautovic has to give the pass at the end. But then I think you're right what you said about Pickford. I think Pickford should have come out because Pickford then. I know a lot of people. I suppose if Pickford comes out and he thinks it over the top, people will say, "Well, why didn't you stay in your line? He might have caught him." So it is that 50-50 situation. So you've got to play it as you can. But Arnautovic has got a lot of room to run into there and a lot of choices, and it's just so. I can't understand why. Again, Mason Holgate, and we'll talk about this for the third goal. He just lets players go by him so easily without. He doesn't. Again, we spoke about this a lot. It's about sniffing out the danger. Yeah. Maybe it's something you get with experience. But knowing that, Arnautovic, he's quicker than what you think he is. It's not a. I don't think it's a. You know, it's like a lightning speed, but he's very quick of thought as well, and his movement's really, really good. And for the first goal and the third goal, Holgate just lets him waltz past him because Holgate's so fixed on one thing. Arnautovic is gambling on another thing, and it's poor. But for me, it comes from that midfield area where we lose the ball, where we continue to lose the ball. I mean, the pass, Garner. If you watch it again, Garner fizzes one into Tosin, and it's not a very good ball. And Tosin's got a man behind him, and it bounces off Tosin, and that's where the ball becomes free. Because Garner's probably been told, get it forward. But where he's trying to. What he's trying to hit,
He doesn't take any care with his passing.
I don't know.
He doesn't take care with his passing.
It was shocking yesterday. His performance yesterday was shocking. I'm struggling to think of a single pass that he completed, and it's like he'll win the ball, but
it's great all that.
Yeah.
You know, me to you. The problem is, but anything further ahead.
No, the problem with Garner yesterday was the ball just kept on falling to him because that's where he was playing.
That's his role, though.
No, I know, but what I mean is though. He was playing in that like number 8 role, and he's not a number 8.
Yeah,
and
is he a 6?
Well, I think he can be more of. He's more of a 6 than he is of an 8.
But when I asked you last week, you were going.
No, but he's not. What I mean, but what I said to you was, we're playing with like 2 6s and a 10.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday showed again how much we miss a number 8 in the team. How we miss a player. I mean, all right,
if only we'd have had Tom Davis.
I know, but it's not necessarily Tom. Yeah, like Tom is still shy of that job. But what I'm talking about is that in midfield at the moment we've got Sigurdsson playing at number 10, and the ball never seems to reach him because he's so high up. I mean, the marked difference to me yesterday with Sigurdsson was when we went to 4-4-2, how much more of the ball he got.
Yeah.
Now he didn't use it as well as he should have, but he got a lot more of it. And that showed the marked difference. So we need to find, and we've referred to this loads of times with last season, when Rooney played in that role, he was getting the ball to Sigurdsson a lot more because he's a good passer of the ball. Forget about all those other problems that he has when he was in that role. You know, if he lost the ball, then you knew you were on a fight. But when he had the ball, when he took care of the ball, he always got it into Sigurdsson on that left-hand side coming into the centre.
When we played our best football there.
And yeah, it was. And that's what we're missing in this team. While we play this structure, while we play this 4-5-1 or whatever you want to call it, it just doesn't get into Sigurdsson enough, and there's not enough going between the lines. And until we get a proper number 8 in there who can move the ball between those 2 lines, we're always going to struggle in this formation.
I think Sigurdsson causes us a problem.
Well, he does, because he doesn't. he doesn't naturally fit the way we want to play because he's either too far up the pitch and can't get the ball.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Well, he is, but there's players out there I think who are equally as slow, but they get on the ball in better areas.
And don't get me wrong, I like him. I think he's got loads of
qualities. But they get on the ball in better areas.
I just think for me, just looking at it yesterday, if Tosun's going to play down the middle and the Charlison's available, I would play Sigurdsson alongside Garner or.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Or Snidland.
Could Sigurdsson be an 8?
Well, that's what he is.
Well, he
he's
is
not a 10. People go, he's a 10. He's not a 10 because a 10 has to be able to move around that area, and he can't move. He's so bloody slow. But he works so hard. His delivery is fantastic, and he can pick a pass. But I think the problem for me with Everton is we got a centre fireworks whose confidence is on the floor. Doesn't look like he's going to get a goal. You've got a midfield that doesn't work, and anyone expecting it to work. You know, this is why we talked in the summer about stuff. Remember when we were sat in the Valencia game and you went, we're going to have loads of these, aren't we? These 3-2s, and it'll be either way.
Yeah.
It'll be for us 1 week, for them the next. Because it'll go back to the same thing as Koeman had, and back to the same thing as Allardyce had, and Unsworth had. The midfield 3 aren't good enough.
No, they're not.
They're all individually good players.
Yeah.
But as a make-up of 3, it doesn't work. And I don't even think 2 of 3 of them works. I don't. And Andre Gomez is going to have to be like Xabi Alonso to make this midfield work, because I think we need another, and this is what I wanted in the summer, another number 6.
Yeah.
And like you say, Sigurdsson, I just don't think he's mobile enough to play in a 10. I think him as one of 3 midfielders, I think works, because I think he works so hard and he's good on the ball, and he's committed, and he will naturally get forward and join in. But I think he's too static in that role of Tosun, and I think if we had, like Lukaku say, I think Sigurdsson could play 10 easily, because Rom was at the pace and we could get the ball. Jen can't run.
No.
You know, bless him, he'll try.
Yeah.
He can't run. Nias has gone back again now.
Oh, he has.
He's gone worse,
really
and Calvert-Lewin's not ready. Nowhere near Premier League ready yet. For me, nowhere near it. Doesn't know what runs to make. He doesn't offer a thing. Jumps and wins the odd header. That's it. Any big lad can do that. So the way we're set out with the players we've got, Gylfi doesn't work there. So for me, he has to drop back into one of our midfield players, I think.
No, I agree, because as I was saying, when we played the 2 in midfield, I thought he was a lot better.
Yeah,
he was on the ball. He got on the ball, but he was deeper.
Yeah.
Now it's
like it's exact. You know what it looks like? It's like a mirror of Wayne last
season. Yeah.
When Wayne dropped back and got on the ball, you went, what a good player he is.
Yeah,
just
what a pass,
But that's the problem, we don't have anyone in midfield who takes care of the ball.
No.
And because the ball doesn't get to Sigurdsson, then he just drifts through the game.
This is it, and he's anonymous for large parts again.
I agree.
You know, it's like he's our, you know, we signed him last summer to be this huge integral part of the side, and he just hasn't fulfilled that yet, and it's really concerning to see.
I think it's because we haven't built the right team. You know what, and this might sound stupid, people might laugh or go, don't be silly, right? But you know where I'm playing at the moment? Centre forward.
Would you?
Well, he can't.
And I'll tell you why.
He can't play centre forward.
He's dead intelligent, or the one with 2 fast players now. Because I think I'm not writing Tosun off. No way.
No,
I'm really not.
His
confidence is not there, and centre forwards rely on confidence. They rely on goals. He's 6 games in. He hasn't scored a goal.
I've got
the goal's gonna go.
He hasn't scored 1 in 12 games. Hasn't
exactly.
Yeah.
So the goal's gonna be that big at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, Sunday was the first game, I would say, where he's missed gilt-edged chances this season. The header he should have buried, the one when we had 3 against 2, and the one in the second half that he blazes over with no one there, and that's the way. If he hits the target and Fabianski saves you, fair enough, but he didn't.
You've got to hit the target, haven't you?
So he's struggling for me. Calvert-Lewin's not the answer, so forget that, and Nias definitely isn't the answer, because he doesn't take care of the ball. No. He's running and all that, but he doesn't take care of the ball. Where Gylfi, I think, is very clever. He's big. The header was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic goal.
You can see a pass, and I think if you had Walcott and Richarlison running in behind him, I think, and he'd link the play. When he played in Lyon, he was brilliant. But again, he's another one that'll drop.
I was going to say, isn't that the danger? Is that Tosun has started to drop 10 yards?
But who would you play?
Richarlison. I'd play with
I
Richarlison
know,
up
but I
front.
don't know whether.
But I'd play after watching Bernard yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'd play Richarlison.
Seen someone ripping Bernard on Twitter.
But they obviously
You
have.
know what they said? What they said was, he's a good player, but there's not. I feel sorry for whoever has to play behind him because he doesn't do anything.
What?
I was like,
I thought he was probably
Not up
the
that.
only
No,
positive
he was,
that
he
we
was,
had
he
yesterday,
was.
and I think
But
it shows you how many.
I thought Bernard was took care of the ball,
did.
even for the goal. Watch our
First
goal.
game he's played in 6 months.
You watch our goal.
You know.
Watch our goal. He's part of the link-up play, but he moves the ball and he moves so effortlessly.
Yeah.
He just instantly reminded Pino of pace.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. he is
Instantly
like a
reminded.
Pino.
And what I
Yeah.
thought straight away was, especially watching them, was that him and Digne could strike up a partnership there. But I don't see, and this will sound strange, but I see Richarlison as a more individual player that Digne will have to. If Digne,
He's not going to knock it in and get it back.
If Digne runs past him, he ain't going to get it.
No.
But then again, Richarlison will probably do more going backwards. But I just think that what we've seen from the Brazil game suddenly gives us food for thought with Richarlison. Can he do that in the Premier League? Well, we don't know, do we? Let's be honest. But can he play down the middle now that there's an option on the left?
Absolutely.
Can he keep the opposition interested? Can he make the opposition go, oh god, this fella can go over the top?
Well, he can he?
And therefore we've got to react by going 20 yards further back, which means that the whole of the Everton team can step up.
Can he have it into his feet though and protect it?
But then you look at that and go, do you want it into his feet or do you want it over the top?
He's very good.
The way we play though, we're not going to bang it over the top.
But the other thing about it is that will he move into channels that opens up space for someone like Sigurdsson to run through it? Because I think at the moment one of our big problems is that we rely heavily on coming from wide areas. We don't go through the middle of the park at all. Because Jay Tosin doesn't get into positions where he's can run off the centre back, which opens up the space to like slip one into him. Very rarely does that happen. So we need someone with that kind of movement who's pulling people left and I think that's just an option. I think that's one positive that we've got at the moment, that there are a few of these little options that we can try. It's just whether the manager feels
that he will.
What is he going to just stick with what he's got, or is he going to go, no, this is a evolution, we're going to progress with some of these players, maybe not all in these positions. But I thought Bernard just give us food for thought, because he got on the ball. Every time he got on the ball, it was effortless. He wins fouls for fun.
Yeah.
So there's one where I think he went up against, was it Yarmolenko? And Yarmolenko had beat him. Beat him to the ball, and all he did was run into the back of him. Falls over, gets the foul, gets up, get on with the game.
Yeah.
So he uses the fact that he is small in a clever way. He's fast as anything over the ground.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic yesterday. As soon as he come on, he made an impact. His touch is effortless. Like, he gets round players so easily. It's like the ball's glued to his feet. And that one down the left where he kind of flicks it, was it past Yarmolenko? And he's away. And like you said, winning the free kicks as well, because he is that small that it's not diving. No. He's going to go over if someone goes into him, and he's so tricky for the opposition to deal with that he's going to win us loads of free kicks. And then we've got people like Dean inside, we've got Sigurdsson who we know have got good delivery. So I think he's someone that, and if there's any positives to take from yesterday, it's that Bernard looks like he's got a touch of class about him. Obviously, it's only just over 45 minutes that we've seen him play, but I think he's going to be good, and again brings us more options, like you said. Maybe that gives Richarlison the freedom to play as a centre forward. But I just think, we need. I'm fully behind Marco Silva. I'm not feeling any of this stuff where people are like, it's not good enough, and bringing up all his past stuff of Watford and Hull. Like, come on, we're all very frustrated. We should be on at least 12 points. We're on 6 out of 5 games against, sides that we should be beating. We should be beating these sides. So I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated. My concern, but I've got faith in him, but my concern with Silva is, like you've just said, Ped, is his reluctance sometimes to change things. And I think, is he going to mix it up? Is he going to look at changing formations to fit what we've got at the time? Or is he going to just ride through with this until it starts to come good? Because at the end of the day, we're leaking goals left, right and centre.
Don't we want that though? You almost become not you, just fans in general. You'd almost become contradictory. Because last season, we were all saying we want a manager with a plan. So if a manager's got a plan, he's got a way of playing.
But if it's
and
not
he's got a
working,
way of playing. Well, 6 games. It's the first game we've lost.
yeah.
No one was more disappointed than. Well, I wouldn't speak for everyone. I was very disappointed yesterday.
Huddersfield, the game before,
it was
we were really
frustrating.
poor.
It was frustrating, but the both games we've outshot the opposition. We've outpassed the opposition. We've had all of the ball. We've just been. At the end of the day, he's not a miracle worker, is he? So he's come in. We're what is he? He's been in the job 2 months, whatever. We're 6 league games in. You know, 5 league. How many games have we played? About the 6, yes.
5 league games.
5
1
league. Right, so
game.
we've played 5 league games. We've lost 1 game. All right, we haven't been great, of course, but like you said, we could have had 12 points. We've had 2 away games with 10 men. That we should have won both the games, even with the 10 men. At home has been more of an issue. We struggled. We were great in the first half against Southampton. When they scored, we wobbled, but we held on. Huddersfield, we should have won the game, but did we do enough? No. Hence why we didn't win it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we've still had well more chances than them and been beaten comfortably because they have 4 attempts on target and scored 3 goals.
And we never
So
looked like we were going to score. You know, obviously Gylfi does great with the header, but it just felt like that with Cenk, the way he's playing, Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well.
Wasn't the Ashes hitting the
even
crossbar
Walcott
from
was
3 yards out?
I know. And that's it, and that was at a time where you think if you get one there, you know
yeah,
what it's like. The
10
fans
minutes
get
left.
going, they wobble.
Well, we've got one just after. I mean, it's funny enough.
Well, hang on. Let's talk about the second goal, because the second goal, you're chasing the game, you're behind in the game, and it's like we need to get our heads together here. These are there for the taking. They are. You know, as well as they play, because they did play well. You can't, I'm not going to sit here and go, they were crap, and they played well. It's
They
just that when
deserve
you
to
look
win,
at
I
that
think.
team, I look at their side, and I'm like, seeing someone go, they've got much better players than us, and I was looking, thinking, there's not many I'd take out of this side at all.
Arnautovic, and that's probably it.
Yeah,
That's probably it.
Yeah, there's no one else.
I
Really.
liked Anderson. I thought he played well. I thought he tormented John.
He was up against the kid. I don't think he'd have had that much joy against Seamus, even if Coleman had played with one leg. I don't think he'd have had that much joy. But you looked at them and they kind of grew into the game of the leading, but we gifted them. And then the second goal, what's Pickford's trying there is just ridiculous, because he's putting it into an area which is A, it's crowded, and B, it's 50-50. He passed the ball to Digne, which is just embarrassing. Digne's had to make the tackle, but even after that, we should have done better. He picks it up, Yarmolenko, because he's got no pace. He doesn't directly run away, because Lucas Digne actually gets back goal side on. So instead of showing him outside, we show him into the thing where his strength is, which is inside.
Why let him on his left?
Well, one
foot
of them should have gone and engaged him.
Well, that happens with the second and the third goal. There's no intensity to win the ball.
No.
Zuma tries to stand them up, and then Digne does the same, and you think one of you has got to engage the ball. One of you has got to be the first person, because he's brilliant. We all know he's brilliant on his left foot. That's his major asset. And yet you've both let him come inside, where one of you should just be going. If one pushes him, right, and then he makes a movement, then that allows some. So look at in the second half when Calvert-Lewin gets down on the left and he cuts inside on the right, and one of them makes the move and one of them forces him to go a little bit further out, and then another one comes over, and they're not actually, all they're doing is making him go where he doesn't want to go without touching him, and it's a pressing group mentality. And this happens with the second goal and the third goal. So he whips it in and it's 2-0. And then look at the third goal. We lose it in midfield again. There's 6 players around the kid who passes in. Is it Obiang? Plays it in. Arnautovic goes on the blind side of Mason Holgate. But again, look at them. Zuma's facing him, and Zuma does not press him. No. He does not. Not one of them thinks, right, I'll go in here and make, because if one of them comes over and forces him somewhere he doesn't want to go, then another one can come over and another one can come over. They let him slide the ball through. Holgate doesn't see him running on the blind side. Fucking John Joe Kenny's on the other side of the pitch having a ciggy or something. Got no idea what he's doing. The gap's like, someone, I put on my Twitter before, and someone put a bus in the gap. That's how big it is. I'm not being funny. But that kid, right, I thought he was alright going forward yesterday, and I'm not one that will slag young kids off. Everyone knows that. But you're told as a kid, school ground, fucking school, at school boy, whatever places in schools. When you play football, if something's on the other side and you're a fullback or even a winger, you're told to shift inside. You're all told to shift inside, so that if the ball's on the right, the left back can engage. The centre back becomes the left back. The centre back comes across, and then the midfielder comes around to become the full back almost. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, maybe our right winger's too far up the pitch, but John Joe Kenny,
he's actually not Holgate. Yeah, Walcott's like on the. If you actually play it on, Walcott ends up really probably. He should move to where Kenny is, because Kenny.
Soon as that ball breaks, Kenny should be bursting a gut to get to that penalty spot. Absolutely bursting a gut. And when you see the ball, he's just standing on the other side of the box going like that. And that to me is basic stuff. And that's I mean, that's just one of the problems with that goal. Holgate, again, let someone just get the blind side.
The only man marking.
If there's another defender fit next week, Holgate's out the team for me. No matter, he's played himself out the team.
He has.
Last two performances, he's been absolutely bullied. One by a decent centre back forward.
Right back next week.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm playing anyway.
John Joe will be out for me.
But anyway, Seamus with one leg will be in the team next week.
Well, maybe, but I just think if we go to Arsenal with John Joe at right back, he'll get destroyed.
So Mason just lets him go round the back, and Arnautovic is in, and it's both goals. There's no pressure on the ball. There's no one engaging. There's no one saying to the centre forward, "No, you're not just doing what you want here." Even Mason Holgate. As soon as Arnautovic, you smell Arnautovic on your back. You get in between them, so that ball literally just drifts back to the goalkeeper or whatever. You get yourself in there. Arnautovic
would have done better.
I don't know. I don't know. Is the answer, because I'm not a goalkeeper. I'm not.
They're all so unavoidable, the goals. Like you said, it's basic stuff.
So
it reminds me
avoidable.
of, like if you're playing or PES for you guys. If you're playing FIFA or PES, and like I used to do this against my little sister. She'd want to play, so I wouldn't want to be harsh and beat her. So I'm like that, but I'm not actually doing anything with the remote. And so you're like that. Your players, and you're just letting them get on and they score. That's what it's like watching Everton. It's like you go, go on then. Go on then, get that positive. And out. They've scored again. It's just so easy, and it is basic stuff.
At that stage of the game, though, if we got the equaliser, we would have gone on and won it. Would have gone on and won it, and that's just because West Ham were purely playing counter-attack football.
Yeah.
That's what they played all day, and it worked for them, and fair enough. But at that stage, 2-1 behind, 60th minute, if we'd scored, I think we would have gone on and won. But it's just, how can you let things like that happen? I think Moyes must have been in the studio, and he said something like I'd be very worried about setting up a team with that defence or something like that. And when you look at those players, when you look at it on paper, he's absolutely right. You've got a young kid at right back, you've got another young kid at centre back, you've got Zuma who's on loan finding his feet at centre, and you've got a left back who likes to play further up the pitch. So
what I didn't
absolutely right
was, and we said this last week, I think, after the Huddersfield game, I didn't understand why Zuma and Holgate didn't swap after the first goal. I don't know why Zuma didn't just go, I'll take him. Yeah. It happens everywhere. I'll take him. You get over there. Do you know what I mean? And go on man for man with Arnautovic and bully him, because Zuma doesn't get bullied.
I think we're naturally lacking at the moment some leadership in the team.
But it's all of them, Pet.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Responsibility.
But that's what I'm saying. There aren't players in there who do that.
Richarlison does.
No, I know.
That's why we've
what I mean is
that
it's having that player. It's having that alpha at centre back who will grab hold of.
I think Mina will.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping. I mean,
we're hoping and praying this year.
He's second coming here, isn't he?
But you just get someone in the middle of the defence who's massive.
That's what I'm saying.
Will just go, you know what? This is what we headed away. We snap people.
Zuma, for his size, he doesn't also strike me as someone who's very assertive. Someone who's going to go, lads, we play on my line, and I'm going to go out and win this header and I'm going to make, when Arnautovic ran through for the first goal, going, no, I'm just going to do you. Forget about the offside tap or whatever we're trying to play. I'm just going to make sure I win that ball. That's what for me, top quality centre backs do. They abandon what might have been told to them because they do what they feel is right.
They defend.
They do what they know is right, and I think that's what we're completely lacking in this defence at the moment. Digne is brilliant going forward. I think he's okay at actually defending. I don't think he's brilliant, but he's good going forward. But he doesn't strike me. He's so laid back. He doesn't strike me. He's not someone who's going to start fucking kicking off at anyone, is he? He's just strikes me some. You know, you got a kid on the other side who's not. Holgate's they're sort of the same, and it just feels like we need. I'm hoping Mina goes in there and he's absolutely tearing strips off people or making sure he's winning everything. We just don't have that in the team at the moment.
No. I think he will be. I think Yerry Mina, he's got it in him to be, you know, I forget the kid's only 23 years old because the size of him and, you know, the way he commands people about and stuff. I think that he is going to fit into that role very well. But you're right, there's no leaders. We need Yerry Mina to come in and be a leader, build up some sort of partnership with hopefully Zuma, because Mason Holgate's been well off the pace. Get Seamus Coleman back in. I know he's been poor again, but Kenny defensively yesterday was a real worry. I still fancy Dean over Baines for me. Yes, at the back, you know, and some people were slagging him as well. But I think going forward, I think he was fantastic. I think his pace, his balls in.
Him off for what? Other than not engaging Yarmolenko.
And like you said, for some of the goals as well, he's that far up the pitch. He's never going to make it back.
Don't forget, it's only his third Premier League start or something like that as well. I'm not having a go with the kid.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I think he's got bags of talent, and I just think what we need is a unit, as always, a unit that is going to, and that starts with your centre backs. And again, I just don't think these two are. I just don't think they've got the makeup at this point.
Well, if you look at the side and you go, will Yerry Mina improve us? Would you think he would? Yeah. He looks like he would. Would Michael Keane have been better with Zuma yesterday? Yes, he would. Because he would. He likes the battle. He'd have loved that battle with Arnold, and he's played well. Yeah. Would Seamus Coleman improve us? Yes, he would. Does Richarlison improve us? Yes, he does. So we've still got players who can come in. Would Andre Gomez improve us?
He is the one, like you said earlier, Ped, as well. He is the one that we're kind of looking at and going...
I don't know, though. That's the thing. No. I don't know.
Well, on paper, we're hoping... This is what I'm saying, because obviously he hasn't kicked the ball for us, so we don't know. But there's so much riding on him, because that's the role we're missing. We're missing... You know, we should have come in for like a... I'll keep saying Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Yeah. Should have gone in for him. But we're hoping and praying that Mina and Gomez...
I think what you got to remember is, though, as a team and as a collective in coming into the season, you've got to be very careful that you don't go, because I've seen it from yesterday. Everyone's saying we need a centre forward. Well, in the summer, no one was saying we needed a centre forward as like an absolute necessity.
I wanted another one.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, though, now people are going, we need a centre forward, the first choice, blah blah blah. That's fine, but and we need a number 8. That's fine, but it's how many players would we have brought in, and how many we would have got in that situation in the summer before, where you are, you know, don't forget we were trying to get rid of players before,
and they did really well with that.
So it's a case of we have got the same players as last season. We're trying to bed them into a new system. There are still players to come in. The players who've actually replaced the ones don't seem to be quite on the level. So it's, you know, you just look at the centre backs. Jagielka started the season, you know, and he's out the team now. So we haven't got Mina, we haven't got Keane. So our two centre backs that started the season aren't in the team at the moment. So there's a lot of things.
I think everyone's frustrated, and I think the problem Everton have now, and we have as fans, is that it rolls on to the previous season, right? So this is a new era, so to speak. A new idea, a new way of playing and everything else. But because it's frustrating and we've seen it before, it's worse than what it would be at other clubs in the same position. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
we're looking and going, we've seen this before, this is crap. And you start thinking to Allardyce and Koeman and Martinez near the end and all that, and you just get your head gets shocked. Because I sat there last night and I was ill, had something dodgy, and I was just laying in bed sweating middle of the night. And I was just thinking, it's never going to change. I don't know how we're ever going to change, because it just seems no matter what we do, the same things are there. But I've got up and I've had the shower and I feel better, and I'm brighter.
Your anti-sickness tablets.
I've had an anti-sickness tablet, I'm alright. And I'm just thinking, we knew beforehand there was going to be bumps in the road. We knew there was going to be these games that we lose where you go, fuck's sake, have we lost that?
Yeah.
You know, but you've got to, it's hard, of course it is, because it's emotional football, but you've got to maintain, you've got to allow him to do what he does, allow him to get this over. he knows Marcel Brandt. No one ever said this squad was good enough to win the Premier League in the summer, and he's come in and he's all of a sudden everything's going wrong and it's down to the manager. I don't think any of this is down to the manager at the moment. And ultimately, football players are the key in all of it. Better quality players win your games.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? I think, you know, we all said that we know it's going to take multiple transfer windows as well, and to get rid of 24 players and then bring in the players that we did, I think we've done exceptionally well. Injuries, suspensions, whatever, has rattled us a bit, but you know, this is something that's going to take a while. But I think you know, the way we started the season against Wolves, Richarlison playing so well, and we, you know, beat Southampton, do well against Bournemouth, should win the game. We were playing some nice football as well, and things were looking good. And I think we can get carried away with that, and we have to remember that, yeah, the side that we played yesterday was mainly the squad that's been inherited from Silva, from Koeman, and, you know, even Allardyce, and who was before him, Martinez, some of them as well. So there's still the majority of them players with that same mentality that have been through all this, and Silva's got to come in and go, you're gone, you're coming in, and the same in the summer, and then the same in January, the same in summer, and it's going to take a while. But it is frustrating because we're just tired as fans of watching this, and we should be doing. It's just.
I suppose the plus points are the players that were signed over the summer have all done pretty well.
Yes.
You know, they've all done pretty well. You know, Digne has been probably man of the match in every game he's played, near enough.
Yeah.
But what we've seen from Bernard looks
promising,
good. Looks very promising. Looks like he could be. Richarlison has been brilliant.
Yeah.
Zuma, up till yesterday, I think he could do better with 2 of the 3 goals.
Yeah.
But he still looks like put someone alongside him.
I still think he was good yesterday.
I know, but I still think that he should
have done better.
The second and third goal for me, he should be engaged. He should just be smart. Even for the first goal as well. So I think in all 3 goals he could have done better.
Yeah.
But I still think he's a good defender, and I think someone more experienced, even next to him, could really bring him on.
Yeah.
Talking about 2 young kids. So I think from that point of view, it is positive, and what Silva's got to do is almost decipher how to get a team, because look how we started when we were saying, well, we could put Bernard on the left and put Richarlison up front and Sigurdsson here, and he's got all those decisions to make.
Yeah.
And it's almost about breaking away.
Learning on the job.
It's almost about breaking away from those, you know, the structure of the team as it is, Garner and Sigurdsson. Well, how do we break away from that?
Yeah.
Because when Garner and Snydel, because when Snyder's not in the team, then everyone goes, we're missing Snydel here. And then when Garner's not in the team, we go, we're missing Garner here. Yeah. And then when we put them together, they're like, fucking hell, these 2 should never play together ever again.
Yeah.
So he's got to find a solution that works, that fits all these parts together, and and don't forget.
What's mad is I actually think we did miss Tom Davies yesterday.
We did miss Tom Davies.
And what I'm saying is, and people will be screaming at me, fair enough, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the thing with Tom Davies is, I've looked at his numbers in the game so far, and you can say what you want about him. His passing's up with anyone. He did give the ball away less than anybody else. And you look, but he tries to pass the ball forward, and he tries to affect the game. He does, yeah. Garner isn't that same player. No. Now, I'm not saying Tom Davies, if we get him in, we're in the top 4, because I'm not saying that, he's a kid, right? And if Andre Gomez can produce the Valencia form, then we're sorted.
We're laughing, yeah.
But when those 2 play in the middle, you can't look at Liverpool. I'm going to take Liverpool right again as an example. They got to the Champions League final and finished in the top 4 last season and bought a new midfield.
Yeah.
Bought Fabinho and bought Naby Keita.
Yeah.
They wanted Fekir. They got Shaqiri. They bought all of these players when they just got to a Champions League final, beating Man City on the way and finishing 4th in the Premier League. He still went out and got better to try and get better. Now, people rip Jordan Henderson. I'd have Jordan Henderson in our midfield every day of the week for the simple reason that he knows how to play in midfield. But our players don't seem to. I don't know.
Have you seen Man City's? Is it the second goal from the weekend? Where
Silva in it.
Is it Silva? Or was it
Sterling
Sane?
got the third.
Oh,
Sane's the first.
it's the one
goal,
where
when he just taps it in after a minute.
the one where Fernandinho picks the ball up midfield and strides past the entire midfield and they're back forward in about 3 steps and then rolls it in. That's what we need in our midfield. You need someone, and that's what they've gone out on board with Keita. You needed someone now in midfield. It's gone weird because it's gone from all these specialised positions, you know, someone who sits in front of the back four. It's gone back to old fashioned now. We need these all rounders, and he just picks that ball and strides past them all in like 3 steps and puts a lovely ball in. And that's our problem in midfield. We've got Sigurdsson, Schneiderlin, and obviously Garner. And now but some teams have got one player who can do all those 3 things, and that's a big problem. But what we massively need is a number 8 who can just pick the ball up and use it. Use it well, and can pick it up and go through between the lines, and also can also open his legs a little bit as well. And obviously they're hard to get. We had half of one in Ross Barkley. He could pick a ball up and run, and then his ultimate problem was his final ball always seemed to let him down. But then he would get you up the pitch. Now Tom he's got a little bit of that in him. I just don't think he's at the point where he's strong enough yet, but
he'll get there.
Garner gets the ball, and Garner just the pass for their first goal is just fully Garnered up. It's fully Garnered up. He just smashes it into. He doesn't take. You said Midfield. He doesn't take any care.
No.
And that's what top players do. They take care of the ball. Before we finish, let's just talk about Wilcott. To me yesterday didn't look fit by a mile.
No, he wasn't.
But he didn't look any fitter when someone fucking stamped on his head. How is he not getting sent off for that?
It's unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. Where I sit as well is completely the other side of the pitch, and you could see there it was like he's gone. He's like, how has he only booked him for that? He nearly took his head off, and like we said before, he probably deserved it. Which is why maybe he's just trying to slice that silly haircut off. But it's a red card. All day, every day. If Jags is getting sent off against Wolves for a good tackle, right, and he's only getting booked for nearly taking Walcott's head off, it's a joke. And again, we were poor yesterday. Defensively, we were a mess. Didn't deserve anything from the game, I don't think. Got to be better. But again, the referee has you said off air before as well. Off video. That's me thinking I'm on the bloody radio. You said before that a penalty and a red card in that game, and we win. So I'm not making excuses, but we need to improve. Yes, we do. But the standard of refereeing in this league, that every single game I can pinpoint massive decisions that we've not got, and it's got to stop. It's a joke.
He shouldn't have been in Goodison never again after the Rodwell derby.
No, never.
He's a disgusting referee. Isn't he the plant that let Sterling carry the ball 3 foot out in the semi-final?
Yeah, he's a red, isn't he?
He's a not even that. It's not.
You know the Walcott one? Was he in the box?
No, he's just outside.
Just outside.
But the penalty on Sigurdsson, it was a penalty when Bernard skipped past him and rolled it back, and he shoved him in his back. And I'll tell you why, it'd have been one of them.
That's a free kick.
He didn't play the ball. So it's a penalty. Sigurdsson's going to strike it, and he shoved him in the back. It's a penalty. And he just went, get up. And and then he gave one on Schneiderlin early on when he won the ball. And it's just...
You give a yellow card to them like Calvin Loon for literally nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that one, right?
He's a knob.
There's high feet.
He wasn't the reason why.
There's high feet.
No, he wasn't.
There's high feet. And then there's actually putting your boot on someone's neck the entire way down to the ground, which is what he did. He didn't just catch him high.
No, he left it on.
He left his foot in there and all the way down.
And there was another one as well in the second half where I can't remember who it was, takes out Bernard. And it was worse than Jamie Vardy's one the other week where he got a red card. You heard it because it was right in front of me and it went...
By the family.
It was
like, oh my gosh, it went through me.
What's his name, wasn't he? The Scottish lad.
Oh, Snodgrass.
Snodgrass it was.
What about the one in the back of Towson's head? So that card as well. Fella just went bang, smashed him right in the back of the head, edge of the box.
Yeah.
You're like,
we're just not getting.
The thing about it is though, we've got to start.
Well, we've got to give ourselves a chance.
We've got to start. I always thought this game, if we won this game, then everyone would say, "Oh, it's been an okay start to the season."
Go to Arsenal,
but losing this game, everyone goes, "It's been a terrible start to the season," and that's the problem. I was saying to Baz last night. the season could look a hell of a lot different if Leighton Baines hasn't gone charging into the back of a Bournemouth
Absolutely.
player. Do you know what I mean? Cause
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the main reasons he's not in the team.
Yeah.
Is that because the manager probably looked at him and gone,
What
are you
done
bringing
that
to my team?
Yeah.
You know, and that it could look a lot, but we've got to start now just getting points on the board.
Yeah.
And that's not me sitting here panicking or anything, but we've got to, it's not even about having poor performances. If you dominate the possession and you dominate the shots, we've got to start taking some out of these games. It's as simple as that, because that's what other teams do. They don't necessarily play brilliantly, but if they have 4 shots on target, then they should be scoring 2 goals.
Yeah. Well, like you said, like look at West Ham yesterday, 3 goals from four shots.
4 shots on
and
target.
you know that's what we need to be doing. We had the opportunities yesterday, we didn't take them, and we were really, really poor at the back as well, of course. But yeah, like you said, I'm not in anywhere. I'm not worrying about anything stupid like us getting relegated. That's just insane. I think there's real signs that we are improving, and for the first 10 minutes yesterday, we looked good. But it's these areas that we need to improve on. Mina's yet to come back in. Coleman will come back in. We've got Gomez, we don't know what he's about. We've got Richarlison to come back in. We've got Keane to come back in. I think we're going in the right direction. I think we will get there. It's just a slow start. Injuries, suspensions, bad refereeing, all these things have hindered us. But I do genuinely think that, you know, we're going in the right direction. If we go to Arsenal now, Richarlison comes back to pain, but if we go to Arsenal, beat them, and then we've got Fulham at home and we beat that, then... But no, honestly...
No, I know what you mean, but...
I really think we've got a shot, and I think if we win 2 games on the trot now, which isn't, like, unbelievable, then I think everybody then starts going,
but what we've got to do,
again,
though,
you know?
you go to somewhere like Arsenal,
Don't get trounced.
you can't. No, but you can't. You've got to cut out all the stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
You've got. You can't. That's
You're
what I'm
not gonna
saying.
go to
Otherwise, they will.
You can't go into games giving teams like a start. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, at some point we might also get to see Adam Ola-Luckman play football as well, because I'm still waiting for him to play. I haven't even seen him.
He's still in Leipzig, isn't he?
I think so.
I honestly think
they keep on bringing this kid on the pitch, and he just runs. I think he might have won a raffle or something, because he just keeps on running around, doesn't know quite where he should be, and he makes himself look busy, but doesn't really touch the ball. I don't know. Maybe he's writing a book or something. Remember that lad who sat on the bench in a pre-season game because he was writing a book?
Yeah.
Might be something like that.
Do you know what's really, really gutting and frustrating about Luckman as well is because we were all massive, you know, advocates for him getting in the side, and you know, last season, and we were all kind of like fighting his corner and like, let's give this lad a chance, and he's been nothing but a spoiled little brat, to be honest with you. And whenever he has Huddersfield, he had pretty well a full half, did nothing. Yesterday, did nothing. Like Ped said, it was like he wasn't even on the pitch. Just sort it out. It's infuriating. You know, he's a kid. He's not proved himself yet. He's not earned himself. Went to Germany, got a few goals, got a few assists. Well done. Come back and put the effort in. Put the effort in, because it's a disgrace. And no wonder now you're starting to see why these managers didn't fancy him, because his attitude stinks.
I'd sell
That's going viral.
I'd sell him. I'd sell him in January.
Yeah.
Well, unless he's...
100%.
He's not stepping up.
I'd sell him and I'd buy Lozano.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even... It wouldn't even bat an eyelid. I'd just go, off you pop, son, and I go to Lozano and go, come in, because you know you'll run, you're a nutcase, you're 100%, you'll never stop running.
Yeah.
Luckman can go.
It's the attitude thing, you know. If someone runs
had a
themselves
chance.
into the ground and you know they're still poor, you go, do you know what, you tried, but you're not good enough. He's not even trying, and it's like after everything.
He's not trying. I just don't think he knows.
think so, mate.
I don't think he knows what he's about. I said this last year. He's got all the ability. You can see the tricks and but he doesn't know where he's playing. He goes on and he just drifts, and you're like, what are you supposed to be doing? The manager's give him an opportunity. Told him he wants to keep him.
But even before he's got any minutes, you know, he was told you think the Huddersfield game, we 1-1 at home to poor side, you know, that they did what they needed to do. He should have been going, I'm going to have a field day here and I'm going to make it hard for Richarlison to get back in the side. He's done nothing.
Best way for him to get a move is to play well.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. His attitude's all wrong, but yeah. Richarlison.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
we'll leave it there. We could just moan all day in general.
Listen, before we go, it's early on in the process. Yesterday wasn't good enough. We know that. Kenny, Calvert-Lewin and Holgate are all kids. They'll get better. I don't think any of them are at the level they need to be at the minute. I think the Premier League's unforgiving. It makes a mockery of some great players that look great in other countries. So, no, you can't back the kids out. give them time. They're just not ready.
Yeah.
They've had to do a job. Next week, for me, Holgate will be right back next week because I think Kenny will get chased all over Emirates. But I don't think at the minute he's ready. But there's players still to come back in the squad. You've got to give the manager time. It's hard. It just feels like it's Groundhog Day, and no matter what we do, it's all the same. But maybe it's time to just throw Richarlison through the middle and go, right, we're going to play with the centre forward who's pacey.
And he might
score. You know, he's a threat. He might not score as many as we need, but he's a threat.
He might do that straight away, might he? Because he might just say, no, I don't want to lie. He might just say, listen, with Richarlison back and actually with some natural width on the left hand side, that'll pull the defence open to start opening no space for Tosin to get into. And Tosin is just having one of those spells.
The last two games have been poor because Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been our width.
Yeah, no, I
and he
totally
doesn't naturally
agree.
go there because it's not his role.
Yeah.
He comes in field. So
that's for another day. Anyway, big thanks for Sarah for coming in to chat about this horrendous game of football that we all want to forget. And we all woke up this morning going, oh, we did get beat, didn't we?
Oh.
It was one of them where, you know, when you look to your left and go, oh shit, I did do that.
I did that this morning as well. That was a joke.
Okay. There you go.
With Snodgrass.
On Yarmolenko.
That's why he couldn't walk. He's done it on Saturday.
To be fair, Yarmolenko's not your type, is he?
He's really
You don't really like Ukrainians. No. So there you go. Big thanks to Sarah. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us a like. Give us a sub if you haven't already subscribed. We'll see you later.